Tonight on SportsDesk, running into the record books, our O Sports crew will break down one cross-country star's record-setting performance.
Plus, award-worthy triumph. We'll bring you the story of one Canes athlete who has thrived in the face of adversity.
And finally, starting off scorching, our Hurricane Hangtime crew breaks down Miami women's basketball's hot start to the season.
All that and more.
SportsDesk starts right now.
I'm Ed Reed, and you're watching SportsDesk.
Hi, I'm Jim Kelly, former UM guy. You're watching SportsDesk.
What's up? I'm DJ Williams, and y'all watching SportsDesk.
Hello and welcome to the final episode of SportsDesk of the semester. I'm Wrigley Court.
And I'm Jordan Cirillo. Thank you for joining us. Wrigley, the Canes are coming in hot off a bye week, fueled coming off that loss against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, bye week right after a loss, they have to have been stewing on that for a while.
Definitely. After a loss to Georgia Tech and a long bye week to stoop over it, Miami's football path to the college football playoffs looks a little murkier. Our In the Trenches crew is live in studio to break down what the Canes need to do to keep the ball rolling into the new year.
Thanks, Jordan. For the last time of the semester, welcome to In the Trenches. I'm your host, Jaden Kohi, joined by analyst Carter Lutz. The Canes are coming off of that bye week and highly anticipating their last home game of the season against Wake Forest, and they're still on that playoff hunt.
Yeah, in order to make the college football playoffs, it looks like Miami's going to have to win the ACC championship. And when we take a look at the road ahead for the Canes and who they're going to have to play, it starts tomorrow, as you said, against Wake Forest. Miami's heavy favorites in that one, looking to take care of business. And then they go into Syracuse, a game I know I had circled on Miami's schedule earlier in the year. Someone smells a trap game, but they got to be able to stop the run in that one. And then they're most likely going to play SMU in that championship game. So again, if they want to make that college football playoff, got to win out to get in.
100%. And Carter, for the last show, I have a little bit of a surprise to you. We're going to do a little trivia, a little Miami mayhem. And so for my first question, I'm going to rapid fire some questions at you, and that is, will Miami make it to the playoffs?
I'm going to say yes, because as we said, they got to win that ACC championship. They got the best player in the ACC leading the way. I think Cam Ward's going to make enough plays to set them up.
Without a doubt, but they have some struggles along the way. So for my second question, will the Canes defense be able to pull their way out for the rest of the season?
Well, coming off of the bye week, I think it helps a little bit. They got a couple guys coming back from injury as well. So I don't know if they'll be all the way back, but I see some improvement for the defense upcoming.
And the Canes have been called the Cardiac Canes for a reason. So will the Canes have another close call game?
Well, if you've been watching this team all season long, you know that these games are close. So the answer is yes. And for the final Carter's Clues of the semester, number one, they got to get to the playoffs. And it starts with one step at a time. We laid out the groundwork for you just here and then. They got to win each game, focus on one at a time. Number two, the coaches got to collect. This coaching unit has to be on the same page, the defense and the offense, and of course Mario Cristobal running the show. They got to be all the way into it. And number three, give it to me. Go out with a bang. Finish the season strong, just like how you and I are finishing off this segment strong for this semester.
Absolutely. I've loved doing this segment with you, Carter, but that's all for us. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. It was a fun stint. He set the blueprint. For one last time, it would be a crime if we didn't introduce him without a rhyme. It's time to coast and have Zach Macer take us behind the post.
If that intro doesn't have you crying, then you might be a psychopath. From everything Hurricanes you see on your phone, when I'm on SportsDesk, you'll be glued to the screen like a stone. So sit back on your couch, prepare to coast. I'm Zach Macer, and for the last time, it's time to go behind the post. All year I've been hyping up Cam Ward, but when I saw this giveaway from Canes football, I screamed so loud, I almost broke my vocal cords. I gotta say it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Heisman! Además, el equipo de baloncesto femenino de los Huracanes tiene sus propios sorteos. Están regalando camisetas y vasos de vidrio que tienen la inscripción Los Huracanes y se ven geniales. Casi tan genial como mi español. He estado practicando todo el semestre para este momento. Canes Volleyball is repping the commuter students with Commuter Student Night tonight at the Night Sports Complex. As one myself, you know I'm going there straight after I'm done here with SportsDesk. Canes Baseball and the Miami Rescue Mission went to Care Elementary School, made some meals for children, as well as became friends with the children there. You just gotta love what these Canes athletes do for the community. And finally, I have to thank each and every member here at SportsDesk, past and present, for the impact you've had on me. Without your smiles and hard work, we couldn't make this show into the award-winning show it is. I also give a special thanks to executive producers Taryn and Delaney, aka TJ and Lane Dog. Thanks for working your butts off to make this show run and being flexible with my creativity. Keep up the good work. Look, y'all, that's all the time I have left here for my sports career at SportsDesk. And although I'm going to miss this show very much, I am excited to see what all of y'all beautiful people do next.
Thanks, Zach. And thanks for being one of my first and best friends here at SportsDesk. Coming up, our lead reporter Jay Williams is back at the Night Sports Complex to give us the details on Canes volleyball. Don't go anywhere.
I like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
One Canes volleyball player's love for the sport is driving her career goals. Annika Al sat down with Neilani Feliciano in this week's edition of Athlete of the Week.
Hi everyone and welcome back to the last segment of Athlete of the Week. I'm your host Annika Alves, and today from Canes Volleyball we have Neilani Feliciano. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So I'm going to start off with a little game I call Dig since you're a libero.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a topic, and if you like it you'll say dig it, and if you don't like it you'll say you don't dig it.
Okay.
Sound good?
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Italian food.
Dig it.
Country music.
Dig it.
Opera music.
Don't dig it.
Snow.
Don't dig it.
Ugly sweaters.
Maybe for Christmas, but overall, don't dig it.
Yeah, like a cutie, like ugly sweater
Yeah,
for Christmas.
maybe the competition, just so I can win, but that's it.
Love it. And then reading.
I dig it. I've started recently, so that's good.
No, I love it. Me too. It's so fun. Thank you for playing.
Of course.
So, you guys, this season is coming to an end. If you go back and reflect on it, what's been your biggest accomplishment so far?
Our biggest accomplishment has been in preseason, we went to Texas and we played like the University of Texas. They were #1 at the time, and we beat them in 5, which was like crazy for us. It was a huge win. They hadn't gotten beat by an unranked team since 2017, so that was super cool for us to do.
No, that's awesome. And then your career goal so far has been to be a pediatric physical therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any backstory to like choosing that career?
Yeah, so in off season one time I broke my fibula actually, and so I was in with one of my friends who had totally like tore everything in her foot. So she had to get it completely reconstructed, had to kind of learn to walk again. So I got to experience that, which was really, really cool. And ever since then I knew I wanted to do that.
No, that's awesome, and that's gonna be like such a cool career goal.
So
for
cool,
you.
yeah.
It's exciting.
Good story.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on this week's edition. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Annika. Following a 2-game losing streak, Canes volleyball is looking to rebound tonight at home against Clemson. Our lead reporter, Jaya Williams, is live at the Knight Sports Complex with more. Jaya, what can we expect tonight?
Jordan, like you mentioned, the Canes hit a rough patch on the road, getting swept by Pitt last week. On the other side of the net, Clemson is heading in strong with back-to-back wins over Syracuse and Boston College. Here at home, though, Miami's energy is magnetic. The Tigers will need to pay close attention to junior floor Marie Heredia Colon. She's been a go-to hitter for the Canes, leading the team in kills this season. That Pitt match also vaulted her into 9th in Miami's all-time kills leaderboard. Miami is currently in the lead in the first set, but it's still early in the game and anything can happen. Reporting live for UMTV, I'm Jaya Williams. Back to you.
Thanks, Jaya. With volleyball season coming to a close, the Hurricanes are looking to make some magic happen in the postseason. Manny Nacarado has more.
With volleyball season coming to a close, the Canes have a chance to make an NCAA tournament push. And with the type of season Canes volleyball has had this year, they look to finish the season strong.
And in the beginning of the season, in preseason, we took down #1 Texas. And I think that's when our mindsets kind of shift to like, okay, we can actually do this. Like, we were coming under as like the underdog and everything, but coming out and beating Texas, I think really helped us in our season to believe in ourselves and believe that like we can play against anybody.
But the season hasn't been all good for Miami. They had to overcome some internal adversity to turn the year around.
And we had to learn to play together. We had to improve our individual defense. We had to improve our serving error percentage. And I think we have, throughout the course of the season, managed these ebbs and flows that happen pretty naturally in the season.
And as the season progressed, Miami hosted at the time #4 ranked Stanford and got the win, which seemed to be the momentum the Canes needed to make a late season run.
I'm really proud of the game against Stanford. I think we really did a pretty good job. We play as a team together. We play with all we have. We have more ahead to work on. Really good teams coming up, really good games coming up, and we working hard.
And as these last 4 games approach, Miami looks to stay focused and take it one game at a time.
I think I would say we're very locked in. We know that these next, it's maybe like 4 games, are the most important, really. So our biggest goal right now is to make the NCAA tournament, and we know that with these 4 games, they need to be 4 locked-in wins.
And Miami has a chance to keep their playoff hopes alive with a win tonight against Clemson. For UMTV, I'm Manny Nacarado.
Thank you, Manny. Canes Swim and Dive is climbing up the ranks, while volleyball has hit a bit of a roadblock. Our O Sports Roundup crew is here to give us the latest on the highs and the lows. Guys.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's edition of the O Sports Roundup. I'm Riley McManus.
And I'm Tucker Kinney. Riley, volleyball has had a rough stretch of games recently. Give us the details.
Yes, Tucker, the Hurricanes volleyball team had a rough set of matches this past weekend, losing to the #10 team SMU and the #1 team Pitt. On Friday in Dallas, the Canes fought hard but fell 3-1 to the Mustangs. On Sunday, junior floor Marie Heredia Colon achieved a career-high 1,000 kills, but despite her and her team's effort, it wasn't enough to take down the Panthers. Miami now looks to head home to face Clemson and Georgia Tech this weekend. Tucker, cross country had themselves a great week this past week. Tell us about it.
Well, Riley, both men's and women's cross-country teams closed out their season last week at the NCAA South Regional Finals in Tallahassee. A notable performance came from men's runner senior Cormac O'Brien, who PR'd with a time of 31 minutes, 35.2 seconds. With this time, O'Brien becomes the 3rd fastest runner in Miami's history for the men's 10K. Well, Riley, the swim team has had some notable recognition recently. Give us the details.
Yes, Tucker, the Miami women's swim and dive team recently moved up to the #25 spot in the latest College Swimming and Diving Coaches Association of America poll. Mia Valle earned her 3rd weekly honor of the season from the ACC Conference, receiving Women's Diver of the Week. The Hurricanes will now attend the SMU Invitational this weekend. Well, that's all we have time for today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, guys. One women's soccer player is refusing to let her injuries stand in the way of her success both on and off the field. Dylan Davis has the story.
For Julia Edwards, soccer is more than a game. It's been her passion and drive since she was a young girl.
I knew soccer was a sport for me from a pretty early age, honestly. My dad played college soccer, so as soon as I could play sport, they put me into soccer, and I really stuck with that my whole life. I never really tried anything else, so I kind of knew that was going to be my sport from the very beginning.
During her college career, Edwards faced 2 stress injuries, each a major setback. But Edwards refused to let those setbacks define her.
I think it's been challenging just because the type of injury that I had wasn't like a set timeline. It was stress reactions in my shin, so it was kind of test game, like really just seeing like how I felt on certain days coming back. So I think the most challenging part about that was just like keeping my hopes high, like keeping my head high and being ready to come back whenever that time was for me.
Edwards pushed through the pain with the help of her teammates' support and the UM medical staff.
I think the big thing is that she trusted us here in the training room, and like I said, we spent a lot of time together, so she trusted me. So if I was like, hey, this is what we need to do to try and get you back to playing, she said, all right, whatever you say, I trust you. Let's just do whatever we need to do, and I want to get back.
Her dedication did not go unnoticed. This year, she was awarded the prestigious Frank Gore Comeback Award to recognize her incredible resilience and inspiring comeback.
It was a really good feeling knowing that like all the hard work that I had put in to get back to where I am now was recognized, so it was a good feeling to know.
For Edwards, her mission now is to lead by example. She wants to leave younger athletes with 2 pieces of advice on how to overcome adversity.
Just believe in yourself. Like, you obviously have the talent and the skills and just all the tools that you need to get back to where you want to be. And then I think the second piece of advice would be like lean on your support system. Like, you don't have to do it alone. The people around you are the most important people, and they're going to help you so much. So I think that would be my second piece of advice.
For UMTV, I'm Dylan Davis.
Thanks, Dylan. Up next on Sports Desk, we'll dive deeper into the lives of the cheerleaders at the U and the story behind the pom-poms. All that and more when we come back. But first, it's time for some trivia. Canes football is currently ranked 11th in the AP poll. But when was the last time the Canes finished the season inside the top 10? Was it A, 2017, B, 2009, C, 2003, or D, 1974? The answer when Sports Desk returns.
TV overall has just made me a lot more confident in myself and my ability to do it, because you kind of do just get thrown into it. I love the people at Sports Desk. It's always so much fun, even if I'm just up in the control room and not trying to do anything on air. It's a super good time, and everybody here is super nice, and having that community is why I kept coming back. Advice for anybody trying to come into UMTV, anybody trying to make it in the world anywhere, just always make sure people know who you are. Keep pushing forward, even when something doesn't go your way.
Guys, I have the biggest crush on Zach Misher. Will you please not tell him?
Yeah, he's
Hey,
right
Johnny.
there, Johnny. He can hear you.
Even though I wasn't casted as an on-air member for my first semester on UMTV, I just showed up and decided to learn, and I think that was very valuable in growing myself professionally and just being able to help out with every area of UMTV. So just show up, and most importantly, have fun. The family that Sports Desk created is so tight, and it's an amazing place. Really reminds me of what the show stands for and how amazing a group of people come together through the world of sports and television can be.
Welcome back. If you guessed C, you're correct. The Canes finished the 2003 season ranked 5th in the AP poll. It was their last season in the Big East, and they went on to defeat now ACC rival FSU in the Orange Bowl.
Moving from the pigskin to the pitch, Tucker Kinney has a story of one soccer field in Miami that's aimed at helping underprivileged youth get their shot at the game.
Founded in 2023, the Christian Pulisic Legacy Program looks to grow soccer in Miami by providing a place to play in underserved communities.
We invite all the kids from the neighborhood, from all the community. It doesn't matter gender, social level. It doesn't matter soccer skills, nothing. It's really about soccer and having a good time, create memories, with their friends.
Important to Christian Pulisic, Puma, and Sock Tainer is providing quality coaching totally free.
In an underserved area, it's really important that we don't charge the kids for playing soccer.
The 20,000 square foot facility provides an outlet for young players to express themselves, something Pulisic lacked growing up.
But I just didn't really have access to so many, local fields where I could, go and just play, and there'd be other guys there wanting to play. It was just always other sports and other things going on.
And for Jorge, this program builds more than technical skill, as they prioritize youth development.
The rewards that we give the kids is about those type of values. So we focus a lot on the values of discipline, of leadership, sportsmanship, and teamwork.
And only 2 years in, the program has had immediate impact on the community.
It's our second year. We got around more than 500 kids in the program, coming in, coming out every month.
But the forecast for 2025 is to have more than 700 kids. And as the U.S. prepares to host the 2026 FIFA World Cup, programs like this one might just help the game explode stateside.
Soccer is right now the buzz, the boom in not only Miami, mainly Miami, but everywhere in the U.S.
We want to continue to build stuff like this around the country just to help grow the sport, and you can see all the excitement on the kids' faces, so I think it's come out really well.
Tucker Kinney, UMTV.
Thanks, Tucker. It's been an up and down week for both Canes hoop squads. Our Hurricane Hangtime crew is here to break down the good and the bad from last week's slate of games. Guys.
Hello and welcome to the final segment of Hurricane Hangtime for this semester. I'm your host, Emmeline Smith, joined by Mia Hausman and Gio Alonzo. Gio, a surprising loss for the men's team this week. What do you have to tell us about it?
Well, Emmeline, surprising is absolutely the right word. We expected that a road bump would be coming along for Miami sooner rather than later, given some signs throughout their wins to open the season, but we didn't expect it this early. Miami dropping their first loss of the season, 80-69 at the hands of the Drake Bulldogs. It was a strange game for Miami. They actually matched up very well, statistically speaking, in terms of free throw shooting and three-point percentage, but one key difference, Drake got off to a very hot start, a double-digit lead, before Miami could even respond, really. It got as close as 4, but the final score indicates that it never really got. The game was never really in doubt, Miami loses by 11 points to look to rebound against Oklahoma State in the Charleston Classic.
Thank you, Gio and Mia. How did the women's team perform this week?
Yeah, Emmeline, Canes women's basketball did a great job this week against FIU. They beat them 79-51 to go 4-0 in the season so far. It was another stellar performance from this defense that we've seen. They held the Panthers to 33.3% from the field and 17.6% from three. The bigger headline here is that they forced 32 turnovers and scored 28 points off of turnovers. But this game was another example for this team of how they can be strong on both sides of the ball, and they also demonstrated their depth of bench. Coach Cullup's bench outscored FIU's bench 44-14, and Canes' offense outscored the Panthers 36-28 in the paint. A lot of incredible stats from this game that Canes fans can continue to reference throughout the rest of the season.
Thank you, Mia. It's been an honor to work with both of you this semester. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, guys. You've seen Miami cheer on the sidelines, but that doesn't mean it's a spectator sport. Our reporter Penelope Gilbert has a story on what it really takes to cheer for the U.
Cheerleaders are traditionally known for their enthusiasm on the sidelines at UM sporting events. But the hours of work they put in often goes unnoticed.
Not only are we like the first ones at the stadium and the last ones to leave, also we come into the gym for almost 4 hours, 3 times a week. We have long hours on the weekends. We will go through a whole game day and then the next day have a 5-hour practice. That's the behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see.
Okay, 7, you got it? 1. And during these long hours, they aren't always practicing for the sidelines. Instead, they're working towards something for themselves. The team competes at the Universal Cheerleaders Association College National Championship each January. They work all year to put together a competition routine that showcases their skills.
Our competition routine, we're first starting off with what we call the cheer. So that's more what you do see on the sideline, yelling for our school, our colors, our mascot. The majority of the routine is going to be our tumbling and our stunting. and that's to music.
It's basically 2 minutes and 30 seconds of non-stop, like running, cardio, flipping, throwing girls in the air, and like trying to look pretty while you're doing it.
And with the nearly 200 schools that compete at UCA College Nationals, sharing a goal of hitting a perfect routine, the stakes are high on competition day.
Yes, that was good. You're working from August to the end of January on one routine. That's your one goal, and then you have one chance.
But the hard work comes with a rewarding feeling in the end.
The rush that I feel when I finish a routine, it's really why I cheer. Good! Finishing that routine, knowing that you put it all on the mat and for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you thought nothing but push through, fight, do this for the people around you, and then being able to complete it is really like something so special.
Penelope Gilbert, UMTV.
Thanks, Penelope. Still ahead on SportsDesk, Josh Allen ended the Chiefs' undefeated reign of terror in a spectacular way. Don't go anywhere. SportsDesk will be right back. Many baseball players decided to call it quits at the collegiate level. However, one Canes intramural sport gives students the chance to play their favorite sport in a fun new way. Dylan Grodner has the story.
Baseball is a sport like all others that has fierce competition. Many step away entering their collegiate years. However, the University of Miami Intramural Wiffle Ball League allows for players to continue playing their dream sport in a much more fun setting. Brandon Scott talks us through the transition from high school ball to playing in the Miami Wiffle Ball League.
Yeah, so I played baseball 4 years, all my 4 years of high school. 2 years on JV, 2 years on varsity. I loved playing. It was really fun. Made a bunch of friends. A bunch of my boys played, and it was a great time. I played well. Oh yeah! Was thinking about maybe going the college route, but decided didn't want to. And so I came to Miami, looking maybe to play a little bit. So I saw that they had intramural wiffle ball, and wiffle ball has always been a fun game of mine, fun backyard game. So I thought I would sign up and play with some of my friends, and it's been just a great way to keep my game going and just have fun out there.
The Miami Wiffle Ball League isn't only open to experienced baseball players, but also to people who want to try new things.
Yeah, so as someone who's always been a big fan of baseball, grew up a Yankees fan, love everything about baseball, but I wasn't quite good enough to play when I was younger. I was so happy to come to the University of Miami and find out about the wiffle ball tournament. It really gave me a chance to enjoy a game that I love around a bunch of my friends in a, totally welcoming, fun atmosphere and community, and really gave me back the chance I always wanted when I was younger.
For UMTV, I'm Dylan Grodner.
Thanks, Dylan. Last Sunday, everyone's favorite quarterback led the Buffalo Bills to victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, it's Josh Allen. Let's head over to Highmark Stadium in Buffalo to watch him close out the game for this week's Play of the Day. 4th and 2 with a few minutes left in the game. Josh Allen fakes left. He runs for it. This is a guy that when he uses his wheels, he makes it happen. Inside the 10 and the 5, a 26-yard touchdown for the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills Mafia goes wild. This win definitely hit home for me.
Josh Allen there getting the win for the Bills, but more importantly, getting the win for my fantasy team.
Good, I hope so. That's what he should be doing. I'm excited to see him next weekend. And you know what? We've got 2 seniors in the house tonight who are graduating, who we're going to give some love to.
Hey, guys.
Billy and Zach, guys. Well, let's hear a few words.
Well, for our last 30 seconds of SportsDesk, I'm really proud of both of you guys, how you've grown to your on ourselves and really proud of basically everyone here. I'm just building.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, I've been upstairs. It's actually my first time ever in the studio, but I'm enjoying it. I love SportsDesk, and you'll do some great things.
We love you guys and everything you've done for us on the show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Fortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight's final episode of SportsDesk. Thanks for watching.
We will see you back here next semester, same time, same place.
Have a magical holiday season, everyone.